Well, hello. Good to see you again. Welcome to the 2012fad.com. I'll be your host for this evening, and my name is Charlie Bluehawk. Last night, we talked about the Lily effect, the Lily wave, the fact that your TV is against you, and how our masters know the truly brilliant work of Dr. John C. Lilly from way back in the 1940s, when he discovered how to use sound and waves and vibrations to map the various parts of the human brain, and how to turn off parts of the human brain, which allow you to be programmed without your consent or your knowledge. Mostly by the TV set, but now even today with the electrical current running through your house. Tonight, I thought we would chat about evil always wins, and what I have observed in 40 years of actively standing against the horrors I've seen, and why today, after being beaten up by the very people I was trying to help, I've given up, and I'll be running for the hills as fast as I can. And you ask me, why am I running now? Well, it's pretty simple. The war is over, and we lost. The problem is our masters have lost too, but they themselves are also programmed, just the way we are. And they're so programmed, our masters, they're set in their ways, and they can't see it. They can't see a way out, even if they would look for one. It seems to me that our masters were not so much trying to win a war, rather to fight a holding action. To hold us just long enough to distract us, while they chipped away at our rights, our minds, our souls. Just long enough for the event to distract us, and then for their great work to burn us all with their harp stations, along with all the life on the earth. Burn us all into a cinder, which will summon back their true god, Satan, to sit on the throne of earth. And as we always talk about, it doesn't matter if Satan is real, or if God is real or not, or which God you believe in. It doesn't matter, because our masters believe it. And that's all we need to be concerned about, what they believe. Because they act on what they believe. It's their religion. But let's look at our master's overall strategy, or at least what we can see of it. Now, we've chatted in the past about how all the foods we eat at the mainstream chain supermarkets are filled with plastics and poisons. Now, we've chatted about how eating at McDonald's is like feasting on very tasty plastics and poisons. They are very tasty. Yeah, wonderful foods, wonderful taste. Destroy your body, destroy your mind, but it tastes great. And about how your body becomes so bloated and disgusting as your body actually desperately tries to find some nutritional value in all the plastics you've swallowed. Well, your body's trying to keep you alive. Now, why would anybody do that to us? Why? Because it's very deliberate. It's very obviously deliberate. But why? Remember the rule. Poison the body, poison the mind. There are many, many programs like this going on. There's so many, we couldn't possibly cover it in one episode here today, or even a couple of dozen. But let's try to hit a few while we're here. What the heck? They read our mail. That's pretty basic. Benjamin Franklin, the so-called great American patriot, was the first postmaster of the United States. And he wasn't doing this as a public service. He did it so he could read all of our mail. Now, the U.S. Postal Service, and by the way, the U.S. Postal Service is not the U.S. Post Office. The U.S. Post Office basically has 5 employees left who are government employees. The U.S. Postal Service, which we have today, is another privately owned offshore corporation. And they've been reading our mail, all of our mail, with machines that can actually look through the envelopes, read handwritten letters, and leave no trace. And they've been doing that since the 1950s. They listen to our telephone calls. The U.S. government has had this technology again since the 1950s to listen to all of our telephone conversations. In fact, telephones, the old-fashioned ones with the dial and the newfangled ones with the push buttons, They're also listening devices. Even when the phone is on the cradle, it still can listen to the room. So you're being spied on from your telephone in your house. Today, your cell phone is a 24/7 listening device, tracking device, and microwave generator that's cooking your body. Even when you turn it off, your cell phone is still on. It's still working. It's still running. And when you press that cell phone against your body becomes an antenna because your body is 97% water. You become a microwave oven. And it can listen to you even when it's off, and it can track you wherever you are. As long as that battery is charged and that phone is off, it's on. Watching us on TV. The new high-definition TV screens that are really cool and really slick, and your games look really great on them, and movies play great, all of them have built-in cameras in the screens themselves. So you don't even know they're there. But they can see you, especially when you're plugged into the cable. Some companies, Microsoft of course for one, have already admitted that the cameras are there and that they are part of their game programs. Again, look this up on the web. You don't need me for this. Google, and I love this, Google got caught spying on private conversations on your computer. Because when you have a computer with a built-in camera and a built-in microphone and you're running Microsoft products, that video camera and your microphone are always on, and they're always listening, they're always recording. Now, the excuse that Google gave when they got caught, and they did get caught, the excuse they gave was that they wanted to hear what was being discussed in your room, what you were talking about, so that their software can automatically change the display advertising on Google page that you were on that might be interesting to you based on the conversation you were currently having. This is happening now. When you're in front of your computer, there's a camera built into the screen. It's watching you. When you're sitting in front of the computer, it's got a microphone. It's listening to you. That's it. That's not that hard. And they store all this data. Why, how on earth they store all this data is beyond me. But there's enough programs out there. I mean, they've been listening to our phone conversations since the 50s. And they're searching for keywords. Of course, they're reading our emails and reading our hard drives, too. Because of the built-in wireless on, PCs and laptops, it's now possible to park a van down the street from your house to steal all your data directly off your hard drive, and you'll never know it. And every time you use a commercial email account, Yahoo, Hotmail, Gmail, read the agreement that you click OK on. They own everything in your email. They read your emails too. Again, that's a Microsoft/CIA company. Read the agreement you signed with Yahoo.